Hey everyone. Alright, so I know I just had a message and it kind of had a little turning point. However, and this was from my last message, and I was the one about Warrior. So this is what's going on. I was scrolling, and this lady that I listen to, she's a channeler. So she can channel people's spirits and energies and stuff. So I listen to it from time to time. And basically it was like a message to confirm what I had just said. However, what I want to do is talk about this, and I probably still attach her at the end of my description so you know what I'm talking about. Because one thing about me is this, even though there are people that say certain things, I get confirmations about certain things from like the ancestors and stuff where they're letting me know, hey, we're on the team, we good, you good, this and that. So I want to, from time to time, I will attach certain people that I watch from time to time or daily, however, because just to say thank you, all right? To say thank you for being obedient to the ancestors and to the messages and everything like that. But to elaborate on what she's saying, when it comes to love in this world, all right, as I talked about when it comes to racism in this world, and also when it comes to black people in the world, how blacks are more harder on blacks, and then with racism, how when it comes to white people, there are some that's still stuck in racism. Okay. Excuse me. This is what has happened in the world. Our grandparents, our great grandparents, back in the day, they would show tough love. Okay. It wasn't that much of hugs and kisses. It was more of conversations. Okay. They got more knowledge. They had more sit down, more lectures about how to be in this world, how to do in this world. You might got a hug here and there, but due to a lot of the stuff, especially slavery time and a little bit after when slavery was over with, it was a thing where they didn't show that much affection because you had to be strong. You getting beat up on and stuff like this. And this goes for everyone in the world, because this has happened in each race out here at some point in time. However, hugs and kisses wasn't a big thing, especially to the black family. It wasn't a big thing like that. Then once it got into like the 70s, like late 60s, early 70s, you had more families. You get a little bit more hugs and stuff like that. Tough love, but it was still tough love. Spankings and stuff was a big thing still. And but what happened is, excuse me, as people, we got to the point where we start getting super affectionate. Okay, super affectionate. And what happened is, when we had kids, the older we got kids, and we start realizing, like, I'm gonna show my child more hugs and love, because we didn't get everything we wanted. We didn't have everything we wanted, so I'm gonna do that for my kids. And what y'all do is y'all gave out so many hugs and kisses to the point that the kids got soft. Okay, they got soft because they feel like it's like walking around with a titty in their mouth or a pacifier in their mouth. They got to the point now. I'm gonna just talk about now, and then I'm gonna go back a little bit. Now, a lot of kids are being raised where, yes, it's okay to show affection. Yes, it's okay to show love. Yes, it's okay to, be positive to your kids. But the thing about it is, these kids don't have backbones. Meaning they so used to getting hugs 24/7 that when they get older, if a person ain't hugging them, they have tantrums. If a person ain't kissing them, they have tantrums. If a person ain't saying you're great, they have tantrums. And then when life hits them, then they over here, I can't do it, where my medication, and all like suicidal thoughts and all of that. And that's what has happened. Okay, so we went from not a lot of affection at the beginning to now a lot of affection, and then now we need to bridge the gap. Okay, the gap, that's in the middle. That's the ones that want affection but ain't getting affection. And then the ones that's getting affection don't need a super affection. Some people getting too much affection, and the ones that need affection ain't getting enough. So let's get like this. Some people don't know how to give out affection because they never received it. So there are some, like, let's talk about guys in general. Guys are taught to be tough, to be strong. They never really got hugs like that, or the kisses like that, or the you're great like that. It's like, toughen up, you got it, you can go out there and do it, but guys are sensitive. But the thing about it is, because they don't have that, when they get in relationships with females, they can show a little something. But if you're a female that's super affectionate, come to a guy that's not like that, it make them run. They run. Because they used to somebody being mean to them. They not used to that affection, and it make them feel super soft, because they was told, if I'm soft or show a little bit of softness, that I ain't a man. Okay? So they're not comfortable. When it comes to, like, a lot of females, y'all might be like, why you ain't affectionate? Why you don't do nice things? Why every time when I ask, can we go somewhere or do something, you like, whatever you want to do? Why you can't make up your mind and say something? Why you just... It's because they wasn't taught that. Okay? Or even if they know a little bit about it, they don't understand it. You have to show them. You have to show them affection. You have to show them love. You got to show them the stuff. Now, I know, ladies, you're like, well, I do show them that, but they still keep running off. Well, sometimes it's like, how can I say it? You got to ease them in. Pay attention to the things they like and slide that way. Slide into it. Communicate. Talk. You have to make them feel vulnerable enough to want to communicate those things. Because you got to remember, when a guy finally pulled that soft side wall down, a lot of y'all take advantage of it. And y'all run with it. Now y'all use them. That's why y'all get the money and all the cars and stuff. Y'all use them. And that's why they don't want to be vulnerable, because once they allow themselves to be vulnerable, like, here, take this, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do some nice things, I'm going to do sweet things, it's like you're never satisfied. And it screws them up to the point now they start, like, being super tough and hurl again, because you don't know how to appreciate it. And then this is what happened, ladies. You will walk away from a dude that's affectionate to go to that man that be, talking rough and hateful towards you and this and that. And y'all be wondering why guys don't want to be soft like that. Because they're not used to it. And then when they are used, they try to be that. Y'all think they soft, they weak, they ain't nothing. Like, you weak, but then you want somebody to hold you at night. You understand me? So this is the thing. Y'all can have the best of both worlds, okay? But you got to communicate it. You got to let a guy understand, like, yeah, sometimes I like that rougher side. I like that challenge. Because I talked about this before. A predator and a prey. Everybody wants to be the prey. Somebody wants to be a predator. Somebody want to be the prey. Everybody switch the roles. That's just life. Females are like that. Guys are like that. You got to know when you want to be chased. And you want to know when you want to be the chaser. So when a guy is vulnerable, allow him to be vulnerable. Because once you take that away, then they numb. They don't care no more. They don't care about your feelings. They don't care about what you say. They don't care about what you do. They can still live in the house and still tell you they love you and then be shut off at the same time. Okay? Some people learn affection differently. So you got to be mindful of that. Now, guys, same way. When you have a female that is allowing you to be affectionate, all right, you can't be like all the time, because at the end of the day, they sensitive too. They soft too. And the problem about what y'all do is, when y'all have a female that is sensitive and soft, y'all sit back and be like, you too sensitive for me, you too emotional for me. And what y'all do, y'all go to the female that's like, and up there, like, when the pimp slap you and talk reckless to you and this and that. You got to communicate that. Let the female know, like, hey, I understand that you got a lot of emotions going on, and your body go through more emotions than I do. However, sometimes you do complain a lot, or sometimes you cry too much. But I need you to understand that I got you. I support you. I'm here with you. So I need you to toughen up sometimes too. You can be vulnerable, but you also have to have a backbone. You can't cry about everything. You got to pick and choose. You can't get mad because somebody up there don't want you to go to the event, but then at the same time, you don't want to go to the event. You understand? You got to pick and choose. You can't sit back and talk about your friends up here are jealous of you, and then you still want to be friends with them. You got to pick and choose, baby. You got to. I can't sit here and listen to you cry about your job all the time, and then when I'm telling you that, hey, you might want to try a different job. Oh, you ain't supporting me. That is support, babe. I'm letting you know that you deserve better. I am supporting you. I don't want to see you cry anymore. That ain't because I don't care about your feelings. I care that much that you deserve better. See, the thing about it is, as females, when we get emotional and a guy is being understanding, y'all not used to that. So y'all take it as that they belittling you and talking down at you because they being a little stern with you. Okay, they been a little bit more tough with you, because sometimes we gotta show tough love. Ain't no different in my conversations. One minute I'm soft and sweet, next minute I'm like, all right, look, y'all, we know we gotta get it together. And I understand when a person talk like that, it makes you feel less. It make you feel kind of like, oh my God, you feel some type of way, because it's triggering a fear of yours. Okay, your fear, insecurity is a fear. Okay, you insecure. That goes for men as well. Men, you have females that have that tougher talk. And when they talk a little bit rough sometimes, because you need to understand. Because when they talk like this and sound like a man or whatever, but it ain't the fact that they man. It's just the fact that they stern when they talk. Okay, they bossing up the way they talk, but they still sensitive on the inside. But because they have been around a lot of people that took their kindness for weakness, now they talking with a little extra behind it, because they need to let you know that, hey, you ain't gonna sit back and belittle me. You ain't gonna talk to me like I'm some little kid. You ain't gonna talk to me like that. So you got to understand, sometimes when females come to the table, they come with that stronger demeanor, because all they know is how to be super strong. They never had an opportunity to be, it ain't weak, but be feminine, okay? They want to be feminine, but every time they be feminine, what happens? A dude go cheat on her. A dude go out here and try to take her for every dime she has. A dude have her cleaning up the house and taking care of the kids by herself while he playing video games or just sitting there hanging out with his friends. You understand? She need affection and love too. A female still need to be felt like she can be a female. But if she got to play the man role all the time, how can she allow herself to be affectionate? Because every time she be affectionate, you go and run over to somebody else's house to get the man personality out, because you need somebody to be rough with you. I'm going to call it what it is. You need somebody to be rough. You need somebody that's like, ugh. But you can have that with the person you with, and vice versa. Men wants to be affectionate too, but at the same time, ladies, we got to allow ourselves to acknowledge when a man is trying to be affectionate, and sometimes they don't really understand. So maybe they might say, you know what, let's go out to eat. I'm gonna take you out to eat. In your head, you're like, well, I want flowers. Well, let them know you want flowers. You understand? Let them know. Talk to them. Let them know, like, I like flowers. I would like my door to be open. I like for you to say nice things to me. Tell me how you feel about me. Sometimes I feel like I'm ugly when I'm around you, because I never hear you say, oh, you're beautiful. I never hear you say you smell good. I never hear you say, oh, you like my hair and stuff. It's like I do things and you don't notice it. I want you to notice things about me. It makes me feel better about myself. Not saying that I'm, weak-minded, but it let me know that you're still interested, because you see these things, you acknowledge these things. This is a form of affection, y'all. This is showing a person what you need to feel comfortable in your own life and skin. We all go through it, okay? Sometimes, and then guys, same thing. Hey, babe, I like when, you cook my favorite meal. I like when you give me random hugs from the back. I like when you allow me to do certain things that, normally you would do. I allow you to sit back and trust me. It's like different things. I allow when you sit back and, lay up underneath me, or, when I'm watching my favorite game or sport. I like when you sit there and just be quiet and you just sit beside me. You know what I'm saying? I like when you listen to me and you don't say nothing. You just allow me to talk. You got to explain what you need. It ain't no different than my son. My son have moments where he'll like, excuse me, he'll get real like, he'll want affection, okay? But he'll hold a tantrum. It look like he about to have a tantrum. He'll get mad, or he'll say something, or he'll do some random mess out of nowhere just to see if I'm paying attention, just so he can say all it is he just want a hug. That's it. So, like for example, he could start acting up a little bit, like start to cry out of nowhere, or get a little mad out of. Well, he don't get mad. He'll cry. He'll do a cry something, and I'm like, why are you doing that? He'll find something to bring the makeup. I'm like, you don't have to do that. If you need a hug, just say you need a hug. It's okay, y'all, to say, I just need a hug, baby. Man, excuse me, bad or female, just say, I need a hug. Don't sit back and be like, you ignoring me. You ain't paying attention to me. Some people can't. Some people are so in their head, they don't see the signs. It's okay to say, babe, can I just get a hug? I just need a hug right now. I just need a kiss right now. I just need to be touched right now. You understand? Sometimes you could be too much. Sometimes you can show too much affection. Hey, babe, look, I know that, say for example, a person can say, are you okay? Are you okay? You understand? And nothing's wrong, but it's like the person keeps saying, I went through this point. I'm a type of person, I'll check on you, you know, from time to time. Are you okay? Are you good? I probably do it a couple times throughout the day. But see, that's me. It's not saying that something wrong with you. It's not that I'm trying to assume something wrong with you. It's literally, I'm just checking on you. Hey, are you okay? Are you good? You need something? I'm acknowledging I see you. I know you there. I don't care. Like, I'm just making sure you're straight. A lot of people don't like, some people don't like that. They feel like, why you keep asking me? Why you keep checking on me? But then guess what? Then when something wrong, now I ain't saying nothing. So you don't pay attention to me. You ain't caring. Well, when I was being myself and showing you these things, you didn't appreciate it. Now, I'm ignoring you the way you wanted me to ignore you. Now what? See, that's the thing. One thing about it is this. If you're a person that's affectionate, you need to know that up front. Okay? Know all that stuff up front. And I'm going to tell you right now, I'm a super affectionate person. Okay? That's my love language. I may not talk all the time, but I'll show you. I'm more actions, okay? I'm an action person. So I might see something that I know you might need it or be there. I might end up just giving hugs out of nowhere, kissing you out of nowhere. You understand? I might, you know, sit there and turn something on I know you would like to watch or do a little thing. That's me. That's my love language. Again, sometimes I don't talk, but I will show you. To some people, they might feel the opposite. They might be like, you need to talk more. Okay, I'll try to talk more. You know, everybody's different. When a person is like that, understand that's just them. If you can't accept that about them, then you need to be able to acknowledge what's going on, because that's another part to the whole thing. When a person is super affectionate and they lose it, you lose a big part of them. Just to let you know that. They become numb, and you don't want that. Because just because you don't know how to be affectionate at that time, you don't want them to turn out to be like you, and then what? Even if you don't understand it, acknowledge it. Understand why they're the way they are. Maybe try those things yourself. Maybe try to like, hey, let me check on her. Let me go check on her and see how she doing throughout the day. Let me do little things, little gestures to see if she noticed. I'm going to tell y'all like this, no different than what I've been doing with these videos. I know y'all get tired of me talking about, yeah, it is what it is. But even though reality-wise, we never met each other. Never. But when I see something in reality he does, I acknowledge it. I'm letting him know I see it. Now, spiritually, I say it, but reality, I say, hey, I see that you did this. I see that you done that. Because I'm allowing myself to say, okay, I appreciate everything you're doing. And I'm letting a person know that I'm taking in consideration the effort you're putting in to let me know how you truly feel. That's what we're supposed to do in this world, y'all. Some people love language different. I'm a touchy-feely person. He's the type of person that is into, he's a materialist, not trying to say like in a bad way, but he's about design and art and stuff like that. That's how he show his affection, through materials, because he can put, like I said, he can articulate himself when he want to, but sometimes when he got a lot of things that's going through his mind, he can show it through design. That's his creative word. This is creative language. So if he can't say it, he'll show it. So that's when you around a person, you understand them and you pay attention to them, you acknowledge those things. So it doesn't mean that a person ain't affectionate, or is the fact you not understand their love language. See, when you acknowledge a person's love language, you accept them for who they are. But at the same time, when you talk to that person and you explain to that person, guess what? Now, the roles are reversed. I understand his love language, he understands mine. So I know that if I'm communicating something to him, I need to sometimes show it in design. I need to show it in art. So that's what I do. When I provide music, when I provide movies, when I provide that, I'm showing him, how can I say it? I am presenting back to him something in his love language. That's what I do. Okay? That's how it goes. Vice versa. So, if you are out here with people, and y'all can do the same thing with your family members, everybody's love language is different. Some people know it, some people don't. Find out what their love language is. Learn to accept and adapt. Okay? Accept and adapt. I accept your love language, but I'm also adapting to your how can I say, I'm accepting your love language, but you also have to adapt to mine, and vice versa. So once you understand that, then you can understand the other person. So again, if this person is a visual person and that's how they represent how they feel about something, okay, then I got to do the same thing. Because if I care about this person that much and I need them to understand we're on the same page, I'm going to do the same. But at the same time, if I'm a type of person that love hugs, kisses, and stuff like that, then he's going to provide the same back. As long as we can do that, then there's no need to have any gaps. So we are bridging, how can I say, we are putting a bridge so we both can walk across on. And once you can do that, now you understand each other love language. Y'all have a blessed day.